Everyone, I am Mohammad Ashraf Alam. Now welcome to our presentation. Now I am going to tell about the role of DB Shenkar in export process because DB Shenkar company is our exporter in our export import report. Here you can see our group member name and their ID. I am going to tell about DB Shenkar. DB Shenkar is the world's leading global logistic provider. They support industry and trade in the global exchange of goods through land transport, worldwide air and ocean freight. DB Shenkar headquarters situated in Frankfurt, Germany. Basic products are provided. DB Shenkar are transportation and logistics. DB Shenkar are serving more than in 2000 locations. International freight forwarding, air and ocean services, custom clearance, ocean, air combination services, freight consulting, air and sea freight characters distribution are their main services. DB Shenkar freight forwarding procedure chart. First is shippers in origin states pick a cargo, then warehouse, then export destination and carrying at port or airport. In a carrier stage, first customer clearance, then ground or port handling, and then transportation, sea, air or multimodal. In a destination stage, cargo arrival at port or ground, customer clearance and cargo delivers.
Jonkor's freight forwarding activities. The following are the activities that are done by the freight forwarder in order to send the goods to its final destination. Look for cargo handover date and check for the vessel schedule accordingly. Seek approval from the agent of the buyer of goods for authenticity of transactions. Check for vessel schedule and booking vessel. DB Shankar's paperwork activities also includes on the successful confirmation of the vessels a booking number is generated which is later used for the bill of ladings. Once shipping lines advice is received, a bounce is created, followed by a system update, sending shipping advice and pre-alert for docks to respective counterparts. The bill of lading is prepared and then a payment is taken from the skippers as a charge of the bill of lading. Upon the payment, the BL handed over to the shippers. A signed copy of the bill of lading is kept with the freight forwards.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Maudud Hussain Boni and my ID is 111121459. Task of different sector of the company at the time of exporting. Task of sales team. Create new client and maintain good relationships with existing ones. They discuss scopes of providing better service and solving existing problems of suppliers. They introduce additional services like clearing and forwarding to provide one-point service to customers. Now, the C&F agent. C&F agent act as intermediaries and transactions between shippers and suppliers of logistics services. C&F agent contacts and informs buyer about the product discharging port name and approximate time of the product arrival on the port. This is called as pre-shipment advice. On the product package, a label will be there saying which will be go through feeder vessel and which will be through mother vessel. Now, some of the specific functions are done by the company as a freight forward. They are preliminary advice to the exporter, booking the carrier, documentation for shipping, and notification made in connection with the shipment.
Hello everyone, I am Dipta Ghosh. My part is documentation. Many documents are uses in export-import business. They are bill of lading. Bills of lading are contracts between the owners of goods and the carrier. It contains the shipping company's name and address, the consignee's name and address, the port of loading and port of discharge, shipping marks and particulars, number of packages and the goods, etc. Commercial invoice. A commercial invoice includes a basic information about the transaction between a description of the goods, the address of the shipper and seller, and the delivery and payment terms. The buyer needs the invoice of proof ownership and to arrange payment. Certificate of origin. Certain nations require a signage statement as to the origin of the export items. Such certificates are usually obtained through a semi-official organization such as a local chamber of commerce. A certificate may be required even though the commercial invoice contained the information.
Hello sir, this is Misbah Al-Javed. Now I'm going to continue the documentation part from where my previous group mate Deepto Ghosh has left. So first of all, I would like to talk about letter of credit. Basically, it's known as LC. This is a letter from a bank guaranteeing that a buyer's payment to a seller will be received on time and for the correct amount. In the event that the buyer is unable to make payment on the purchase, the bank will be required to cover the full or remaining amount of the purchase. In our transaction, the DB Shenkar Limited has LC in Islami Bank, and this is a copy of LC of our transaction. The next one is packing list. DB Shankar follow the following considerations about packing. They pack in strong containers, adequately sealed and filled when possible, and then they try to provide proper bracing in the container regardless of size. Make sure the weight is evenly distributed. And the third one is to avoid pilferage. Avoid mentioning contents or brand names on package. In addition, strapping, seals and shrink wrapping are effective means of detailing theft. And this is a copy of packing list. Basically, a few description about the product are described here, we can see. And the next document is bill of entry. This is an account of goods entered at a customs house of imports and export, detailing the merchant quantity of goods, their type and the place of origin or destination. It is issued by the customs division, presenting the total assigned value and the corresponding duty charge at the cargo. And this is a copy of bill of entry. Finally, I would like to talk about the payment method. For payment, the company, the DB Shenkar has to follow 8 steps. The first one is carrier ships or receive goods. Carrier sends invoices, data capture and validation, match to shipment feed, audit for pricing and service, general ledger allocation, invoices is aged, file interfaces, and the payment to freight forward. That means DB Shankar receives the payment. And that's all about our presentation. I would like to thank you, sir. Thank you very much.